Have you ever felt like your horse is tuning you out? Maybe they seem distracted, resistant, or just downright unmotivated. It's frustrating, right? You've tried all the techniques, you've worked on your cues, and yet you're left thinking, what am I doing wrong? So here's the thing. It's not about what you're doing, it's about how you're doing it. It's about how you're showing up. Your mindset, your energy, and communication are the secret ingredients to getting your horse to respond to you. You know all that, like, it's not you, it's me BS that you hear so often? In this case, it is you. It's totally you, babe. So I know this might sound different from what you've heard from trainers or in lessons in the past, but let me tell you, I've seen it time and time again. When riders shift their mindset, their horses start to really listen. Take it from my clients, riders just like you. I can't believe how much better my relationship with my horses. We're finally connected and she's listening to me like never before. It feels like we're a team now. These are the things I hear over and over from my clients. These aren't lucky accidents. They are the results of intentional shifts in mindset and action. And so this week, I'm going to show you exactly how to make that happen for you and your horse. So this week, we're doing a fun podcast series. I'm going to do one podcast each day, and each one is going to dive into a different topic covering how to get your horse to listen to you. It doesn't matter if you're a scared adult re-rider or you want your horse to listen better so they don't charge off uncontrollably in your rundown at the Derby. Everybody needs this. And so this is going to be a really fun series. And we're going to blend mindset, strategy, neuroscience, and actionable tips to improve your horse rider connection. So here's what we're going to cover. Make sure you tune in each day on the podcast for this. By the end of this, you're going to have simple, actionable strategies to start creating a connection with your horse that feels effortless. Ready? Let's get started with day one.
Welcome to the Resilient Reiner, the premier podcast focused on mental performance for equestrians and improved horse show performance. Whether you're a rookie reiner or a seasoned competitor, this show is for riders who want to take their skills to the next level and achieve their full potential in the show ring. I'm Nicole Burnett, and I'm a master mindset coach who's obsessed with helping you achieve all those horse dreams you always thought were impossible. Join me each week to develop a show-ready mindset and gain the competitive edge you need to compete with confidence.
Welcome back to the Resilient Reiner podcast. I'm your host, Nicole Burnett, and I'm so glad to be here with you today. I do have to apologize a little bit. I have a sore throat, so I'll probably cough through this. And I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to bear with me. Oh, and of course, don't forget, in 1 week, April 1st, we are starting the mental gym for equestrians, which you absolutely don't want to miss out on. If you feel like you've tried every strategy, but something is still blocked for you, that's your energetics running the show. So come learn how to regulate your nervous system, rewire your subconscious mind, and step into the effortless growth you know you're capable of with your horse, all without more time in the saddle. And we start April 1st. I can't wait to see you there. Now, for day one of our fun training series on how to get your horse to listen to you, I've got to tell you, your horse isn't out to get you. Now, I know that sometimes it really feels like they are, or like their refusal to do what you ask is literally them just giving you a giant middle finger. But on the whole, if your horse isn't doing what you want, It's not because they're inherently lazy, disrespectful, or consciously trying to ruin your ride. Okay, I'm gonna take that back a little bit. Maybe they can be a little lazy because I've had some lazy horses. But my point is that mostly they're just living their life and reacting to the world the only way they know how. And you are a big part of that world. When you start to see things through your horse's eyes, when you understand how they interpret your energy, your intentions, your pressure, everything shifts. And this isn't about becoming some whispery horse psychic. Also, I've got to say, no hate on that. And to be honest, I have totally hired a horse psychic to decode my mare for me, and it was totally worth it. So if you need a recommendation, email me or DM me on Instagram for her number. But this is about realizing that your horse is always communicating. They're always communicating with you. You just might be missing what they're saying, right? When you are adding in all of your human emotions and being like, they didn't do what I wanted because they're lazy, because they're disrespectful, they're mad at me, they wanted to ruin my ride. When you add in all of this emotion and you add in all these layers, you've blocked your ability to understand what they are trying to communicate with you. So, on the podcast here today, I want to talk about flipping the script. So you can stop assuming your horse is the problem and start creating the kind of partnership that actually works. So let's talk about your horse's natural instincts. So horses inherently, they're not just inherently super stubborn or super defiant. When a horse is going along, they're just trying to survive. As prey animals, horses are constantly scanning their environment for anything that feels off, right? You could say horses are big into vibes. They're highly tuned in to your energy, your body language, and your focus, wherever your focus is placed. If they sense tension, if they sense confusion or inconsistency, their instincts kick in and they act accordingly. For example, let's say your horse hesitates when you ask him to walk on, or they seem distracted. They're just not really synced up with you during your ride. It's not necessarily disobedience. More often than not, it's a survival driven response to something that they are perceiving, whether this is a sudden noise, a subtle shift in your posture, or an internal emotion that you might not even realize that you're projecting. It's communication. Your horse is saying, hey, I'm not sure about this. So, this is a huge deal to realize that if your horse isn't doing what you want, stop making it so personal, okay? It's communication. And what do you need to do about it? Because okay, that's great. That's fairly academic. It's cool, but what are we going to do with it? You know me, I'm always about bringing things into the very practical. So you need to have a mindset shift. You need to shift your mindset from criticism to curiosity. And I'm going to tell you how. When your horse doesn't respond the way you like, don't take it personally, okay? And I know that is so much easier said than done, all right? I really get it. But instead of asking, so you might say, oh my God, why isn't my horse listening? Why won't they listen? Right? That's a criticism. And You might think it's not because that's a question, but that's why I wanted to share this one where it's a question of why won't my horse listen? But you could easily do criticisms as well, right? You could be like, my horse is so stubborn, he's so stupid, he's so annoying, da, 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 da. Like we could go down criticisms real fast. And so you might start by asking a question. But why won't my horse listen is not even a very helpful question because it's so wrapped up in your frustrated emotion. I'm going to give you a better question to ask. And that better question is, what is my horse trying to tell me? Again, what is my horse trying to tell me? If your horse is not, I lunged my horses today. And let's say my horse doesn't want to switch directions. I could get angry at them. That doesn't help. Or I could say, what is my horse trying to tell me? Is there something going on over somewhere else in the arena that they don't want to go that direction? Are they experiencing pain? But just start asking, what is my horse trying to tell me? And you can solve whatever the problem is. When you approach with curiosity instead of frustration, you're going to be able to connect with your horse better, and you're going to be such a more effective rider and trainer because you're not reacting in a frustrated, angry emotion. And that's when the magic happens, when you can be a more effective trainer. So, that is your assignment for today. We have to shift from criticism to curiosity. This is a massive deal, guys. Like, literally, if you apply this, it literally will change your life if you can start incorporating curiosity. Now, if this is having you go, ooh, that's me. Oh my gosh, Nicole, I needed this today. I need that so much. You're blowing my mind. That's good because that is where everything begins. Because the truth is, the more that you understand your horse's perspective, the more power you have to influence it. But that kind of clarity, of course, it doesn't just come from doing more drills. It comes from training your mind. So you are doing the right thing by being here listening to this podcast. And if you love this, this is exactly the kind of stuff we do inside the mental gym for equestrians. MGE is where Western horse riders go to hone their focus, rewire your subconscious brain and nervous system for peak performance so you're ready to roll like a seasoned rodeo horse at the gate, not like some green colt wondering what day it is. And you're going to get mentally ride ready before your foot ever hits the stirrup. And no, this isn't motivational fluff. It's very structured, strategic mental conditioning that rewires the way you ride from the inside out. So, if you're ready to stop guessing and start leading, join us in MGE. This is my high touch group coaching program to take you there. So, join us. We start April 1st. But for now, let today be the day you stop taking your horse's resistance so personally and start getting curious instead of critical. Thank you so much for being here, and be sure to come back tomorrow for day 2 of our training series. Thanks for being here. And don't forget, if you love this, be sure to share it with your barn bestie. If you hate it, share it with an enemy. All right. Thanks, guys.